Good evening. This is the Board of Selectmen's meeting for April 7th, 2015. Our first item is to confirm our future meeting dates. Mrs. Rizzi.
Yes. Everyone could attend the 23rd except the Chief of Police. He's not available.
And this is for the snow situation.
Snow discussion. And the 20th is a holiday, so that leaves us with the 21st for a regular scheduled meeting.
Which is the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting on the 40B.
Right.
Was the 22nd an option? Wednesday night?
I could probably do the 22nd. I don't know any reason why I couldn't.
Well, actually, all right, so we'll have to check it with Joe. And I guess the question is, do we, given the trouble we've had scheduling this, if the police chief's not available but the DPW director is that sufficient? The police were pretty involved in the snow response. Is everyone on this board available on the 22nd?
I'm pretty sure I am.
Okay, why don't we check tomorrow with, we need to check with DPW, fire, and police on the 22nd and see if we can do it that night. And if not, maybe the 23rd is our fallback.
If we could do it at 7:30 on the 22nd, I could do it.
7:30, okay.
I have something at 7, which will last
Okay.
20 minutes.
Okay, so the 22nd at 7:30, assuming our department heads are available. If not, we'll look at the 23rd. Now, what about, we were going to try to get a date also for the next regular meeting?
Right. That's why I was looking at either the 20th or the 21st, but the 21st is the hearing, and the 20th is a holiday.
Well, why not the 23rd? As long as we're not doing the other thing on the 23rd.
The hearing for what?
Would you want to combine them both into one night?
We could. The difficulty is that we don't know how long this, we don't know how many people show up for this discussion on the snow. It might be very few, it might be a lot. So depending on the size of the turnout, that really will determine how long it will take to go through that. We could schedule a regular meeting agenda afterwards if it doesn't go too long.
Try and make a light
Or
meeting.
late, we could try to lighten the agenda. I know, Dennis, the pilot committee couldn't come in tonight but wanted to come to the next meeting.
Yes, they wanted to be here tonight, but they didn't let me know in time.
Oh,
So
all right.
They will be at the next one.
Whether it's the 22nd or the 23rd?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we could try to do a later agenda that night, since we won't know how long the snow discussion will take.
That's fine.
Okay, so why don't we try to confirm tomorrow with the department heads?
For the 23rd?
22nd, or the 23rd is a fallback, second date.
Okay.
All right, payroll and vendor warrants.
Move to approve current payroll and vendor warrants.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Citizen speak. We're joined by our retired fire chief, Malcolm Larson, who's here for citizen speak. Good evening, Malcolm.
Hi, Malcolm.
Good, Malcolm. How you doing?
Welcome back. You've been in this room many times over the years, right?
Yeah, not for a while and not in a formal capacity, but I'm Malcolm Larson. I'm a town meeting member from Precinct 1, and I'm also the retired fire chief from Milton. But I come to you this evening as the chairman of a committee to support the passage of Question 1 that will appear on the ballot Election Day, April 28th. And the background for this ballot question was the tragic on-duty injury of a Milton firefighter on June 30th, 2007. Our brave Milton firefighter was helping a woman involved in a car accident when he was hit by a drunk driver, thrown over 40 feet to land in the middle of Blue Hill Ave with traumatic injuries to his head and entire body. The fact that he's alive today is a testament to his courage and determination, the faith and support of his family, and the great medical care he's received and is still receiving. As we all honor the heroic sacrifice made that day, there is another side to this tragedy that the town has to address, and that's the financial side. Mass General Law 111 and 111F require all medical costs related to firefighter or police officers injured on duty to be paid by the city or town of employment, as well as their full pay and benefits. That's the law in Massachusetts. Firefighter and police are not covered by workmen's compensation in Massachusetts, and the town was self-insured at the time. While the town continues to meet our legal obligations, we have also made every effort to manage the injured on-duty firefighter finances in the best way possible. In 2010, the town of Milton requested special state legislation that was passed to transition him from receiving his pay from the Milton Fire Department operation budget to the retirement status. So he has since received his full pay from the Milton Retirement Fund. The town has also utilized a consulting firm that assists us with the management of payment of medical bills associated with on-the-job injuries. They've been very successful in saving the town a large amount of money, while our injured public safety personnel continue to get the best care possible. Milton has also purchased an injured on-duty insurance policy that covers our brave firefighters and police medical expenses into the future. Up until now, the medical expenses for our injured firefighter have been paid through the operation budget and bonding that must be approved every year at town meeting. Bonding is not an appropriate way to pay injured firefighter medical bills, and the Department of Revenue has made that clear. The most fiscally responsible way to pay the legally obligated medical expenses for our one firefighter so seriously injured serving us will appear as a ballot question 1 on April 28th. A yes vote will authorize the town to establish a special purpose fund maintained by the town treasurer in an amount not to exceed $500,000 annually. This authorization shall remain in effect only as long as there are legally obligated medical expenses, only for the actual payment of required, and only for our one injured firefighter. It will be used for no other purpose, and any unused funds shall be returned and used to reduce the tax levy. A no vote will mean the town will have no choice but to cut down services in order to pay this legal obligation out of the town's operating budget each year at town meeting. Myself, John Shields, Steve Morash, Joseph Patrick O'Malley, and Anne Marie Fagan have formed a committee to inform voters that this ballot question will appear on April 28th and to encourage support. It's important that voters understand this ballot question and not see it for the first time when they vote. We believe it should and will receive overwhelming support. Supporting those that protect us in their time of need is something every Milton can get behind. We sincerely hope you will all support this ballot question on April 28th and encourage your friends and neighbors to join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thanks for all your work on that effort. Is there anyone else tonight who would like to address the board at citizen speak? Well, then seeing none, we're going to move number 10 on our agenda ahead, which is the Council on Aging dedication of a room. And we're joined by our Council on Aging Director, Mary Ann Sullivan.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Mary Ann.
I thought I was going to be last. This was nice.
Well, it's
Thank
a short meeting to begin with, but we thought we'd move you up.
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me come in with this request. I'm here tonight to ask on behalf of the Council on Aging Board of Directors, the Friends of the Council on Aging, the staff, and the seniors of the town of Milton. As you know, we lost our chairman, Paul Kelly, on February 5th. Paul had been a volunteer for 18 years, starting as a Shine counselor at the Kidder Library, where he assisted seniors with health insurance needs, to becoming a full-fledged board member and one of the few people who is totally responsible for the beautiful senior center we have today. When we built the senior center, we did it without a clerk of the works. Paul took on the job. He came every single day with a hard hat and a clipboard and would drag me over there in the mud and say, here's what needs to be done. And thanks to his diligence, the building came in ahead of schedule and under budget. He really took great pride in the building. He took great pride in what he did there. He became chairman of the board 10 years ago and just did an incredible job advocating for the seniors of Milton. I couldn't have asked for a better boss, and I couldn't have asked for a better friend. We just wanted to come up with some way to try and express our thanks and appreciation for all he's done. In addition to that, he was a town meeting member for 14 years. He was at St. Elizabeth's behind the scene. He was always the man that set up the coffee, washed the pots, never wanted any thanks for doing it. And he was also the president of the German Shepherd Rescue. So I think there's something great about a person who likes old people and dogs. So we put a lot of thought into it, and we just would like to see if it would be possible to name, we don't even know, we call it the function room, but the big room where you have your meeting, the Paul Ignatius Kelly Function Room, just in his honor. I think it's well-deserved, and I know he has 2 daughters and a son, and I know they'd be very appreciative of that as well.
It's a very nice
Great.
tribute to
I think
someone
that's
who
really
well-deserved.
I'll make a motion to name the function room at the Council on Aging Senior Center in memory of Paul Kelly, former chair and longtime member of the Council on Aging.
I'll second for discussion. I didn't know Paul that probably 5 years since you started inviting me up there for the St. Patrick's Day dinner, Marianne. But I thought he was a gentleman. I know you were a great friend of him, and I was actually honored when you asked me to sit with you at the Warren Committee meeting one night when he was the guy who always sat with you. So I'm delighted to second this motion.
Very fitting tribute to someone who did a lot for the town.
Absolutely is.
Do we have any discussion on the motion? Then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much, and as soon as we get it, a date scheduled and a plaque ready to be put on, I'll let you all know, and hopefully you can attend, so
That'd be
thank
great.
you very much.
Love to be there.
Thank you, Mary Ann.
There, Marianne.
All right. We're back now to number 5 on our agenda, which are 2 appointments to positions in this office. And Town Administrator will tell us about these.
Yes, Madam Chair. These are 2 positions in the Selectmen's office. One is a newly created position as a result of the reorganization that took place a few months ago. So the first position is for the contracts and licensing agent position. We received 28 resumes. We interviewed 6 candidates, and they included interview questions and some testing, skill set testing. And I'm delighted to recommend to you, the board, Barbara Martin, 104 Nancy Road. Ms. Martin has a real broad-based management style. She was a graduate of Stonehill College, and she has an economics major. She is a current trustee of the cemetery. She was a former warrant committee member, so she really understands the town, has a good pulse on the town. She has a great financial and economic background, and I think she'll be a great addition to this department.
Do you want to vote these separately, or do you want to give us?
I can do the second one.
Emery, how many people did you interview for this job?
6. Yes.
How many applications, do you know?
28.
20.
Yes.
Did you, maybe you already said it, so I apologize.
Okay, the second position, it's with mixed emotions. That I think you all know that our Secretary to the Board of Selectmen, after 30-plus years of service to this town, will be retiring in June. She is my right-hand man, and I don't know how I'll get along without her, but having said that, we do have to fill her position, so we advertised to this position as well. We had 26 applicants apply. We had 4. Invited 4 for interviews, and of those 4, 3 accepted. We also did interview questions and skill set testing. And for this position, I'd like to recommend Emily Martin, who is your current senior admin clerk in the planning department. Emily started with the town, I think, about 3.5 years ago in the central business office. Moved to the planning department, where she's assisted your town planner and assistant town planner in getting that office up and organized. She is well-versed in putting together agendas, writing meeting minutes. In the central business office, she was on the financial side of the house. So again, she has a myriad of skills that she will bring to this department as well. So as bad as I feel about taking her from the planning department, I think she'll be a welcomed addition in our office.
I agree. As much as we're going to miss Paula,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just that smiley face when we walk in here all the time.
We've been together 20 years, Paula and I, so
We have, through a lot.
we've been through a lot.
Paula's been an institution here at the town hall for a lot of years.
Yes.
Well-respected and much loved, and will be very missed by many people. And
That's very nice,
it's
thank you.
it's going to be a big adjustment for us, but I'm glad we have Emily Martin joining us. The planning board will miss her.
So is there any relation between Emily Martin and Barbara Martin?
No.
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 Interesting that we have two people with the same last
Same
name.
last name, Martin and Martin.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, you know you're getting old when the person who replaces you, you remember when her mother used to push her in the carriage around the streets of Milton. I remember Emily when she was just sitting in the carriage and 2 years old. So it's time.
Well, I think we have two very good candidates, and the office has been understaffed for 6 or 8 months. It's been a long time. So Paula's really been doing two jobs these last so many
Absolutely.
months, and of course the town administrator and the assistant town administrator and others. Everyone impacted by the short staffing in the office, but I think it'll be good to get us up to full speed and get
Yeah, absolutely.
a focus on all of the things that we want to spend our time on that we just, we have limited resources to do. So this is good news.
Absolutely.
So I'll make a motion to appoint Barbara Martin of 104 Nancy Road to the position of Contracts and Licensing Agent / Benefits Assistant, contingent upon approval of the Personnel Board.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Want to take the next one?
Make a motion to appoint Emily or Martin, 4 Hope Avenue, to the position of Executive Secretary to the Board of Selectmen, contingent upon the approval of the Personnel Board.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I will be
Unanimous.
attending the Personnel Board meeting tomorrow night, Madam Chair, to have these two positions approved.
Okay.
Okay. That's good news. Thank you. We'll have more to say about Paula as the weeks go on. We're lucky to have you around for a couple more months, Paula,
Have a
to
big
work with
roast.
to work with our new members of the office and to do some getting everyone up familiar with how the office works. So we're glad you're still going to be here for a while.
Thanks, Katie. I
The
don't know
next-
if I am.
The next item on the agenda is, this is a draft letter in support of the Eustis Estate, which is seeking a special permit before the Board of Appeals. And I don't know if Tom and Dennis, if you have been out to see the
I have
property.
not had a chance yet, but I do intend to.
Anne Marie and I have been up a couple of times to see the estate. And during one of our visits, the Historic New England, I'm not sure what her title is, but the Diane Vieira, who's at least leading their efforts on the Eustis Estate, had talked with us about possibly submitting a letter in support of what they propose to do, which is to convert the property into a museum and a study center. So we have a draft letter, and I don't know if anyone has any changes or comments to it.
I don't, I think it's a good letter.
I'll make a motion to approve and sign a letter of support to the Board of Appeals in support of Historic New England's application for a special permit to convert the Eustis Estate into a museum and study center.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next item is the Animal Shelter Committee. We're going to make some appointments to that committee. We have some additional names that are not on the draft motion. Do we have a revised motion?
Yeah, right here. I'll make a motion to appoint the following residents to the Animal Shelter Committee: William Ritchie, Dennis Cohane, Therese Desmond, Dr. Morton Wolf, Kathy Henderson, George DeGaius, John Sheldon, and Daniel J. Daly.
Second.
Any discussion?
That means we have 2 architects on the board?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yes. And also a resident of the neighborhood,
Neighborhood, yes,
Torrey
right.
Hills,
Yep.
Torrey Hills resident who's one of the
Daly.
potential locations.
That
for
was
the shelter.
pointed out to us the other day, and it's very true that we really should have thought of that,
Yes.
of having somebody from that neighborhood. So I think it's good we have somebody.
It's a
Yes.
great suggestion.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
So I think this is a good group.
I think so, yeah.
If no further discussion, then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Next, we have an extension of South Shore Consortium items.
I'll make a motion to approve the extension of the following 12 service contracts previously approved by the board through the South Shore Consortium, and to authorize the town administrator to sign all pertinent paperwork on behalf of the board. TL Edwards, Inc., Item 1, Roadway Management. Seal Coating, Inc., Item 4, Roadway Surface Sealing Treatments, Microsurfacing. Seal Coating, Inc., Item 5, Crack Filling, Asphalt Fiber Reinforced Compound. Superior Seal Coat, Inc., Item 5B, crack filling, modified asphalt fiber reinforced compound. Markings, Inc., item 6, pavement markings. Bartlett Consolidated LLC, item 7, guardrail. Truax Corporation, items 9A, C, D, E, F, catch basin cleaning services. R.J. Gabriel Construction Company, Inc., item 9B, catch basin cleaning disposal by contractor. LaRusso Corporation, item 12, permanent trench patch repairs.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Similarly, the next item, number 9, is a contract for drain line cleaning and television inspection, also recommended by the DPW.
Okay, I'll make a motion to award the bid for drain line cleaning and television inspection for projects on Big Blue Drive, Highland Street, Milton Street, and Robin Street in the amount of $32,037 to Rapid Flow, Inc., and to authorize the town administrator to sign all pertinent paperwork on behalf of the board.
Second.
Any discussion? Then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We've covered number 10. We're on to the town administrator's report.
Madam Chair, I have no report this evening.
I also,
Can I just mention something? Do you want to mention about the deadline for registering to vote in this town election? Tomorrow is the deadline for anybody who wants to register to,
That is a good idea.
okay.
you know.
Do it under your members' report.
Hmm?
Do it under your.
Well, I wanted Anne Marie to do it because she's the town administrator. I'm not soliciting anything here.
Sure.
Okay, now that we've covered that, I have nothing to report under the chair's report. Do we have anything under the member's report? Anyone?
I don't, other than for people to remember to go to Frank Schroetz, the debate on Saturday, because I know Frank plugged it last week, but he didn't plug it this week, so I'll get the plug out
We'll
for him.
plug it for him. The My Town Matters debate on Saturday, April 11th at 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock at Fuller Village.
Fuller Village.
And actually, one more is tomorrow night in the East Congregational Church in East Milton in the basement. We have the East Milton Neighborhood Association forum where all the candidates who are up for election will be there.
Great.
And they'll be given a specific amount of time to, it's not a debate or anything, it's just an introduction to the East Milton Neighborhood Association. And you're given a certain amount of time and you can use that time how you like. If you're given 10 minutes, you can use 5 and use 5 for questions from the audience or whatever. But it's a great way for the people in East Milton to come out and meet the candidates.
Yeah, that's great. Good idea.
Yeah. And that's tomorrow night at 7:30.
Okay, do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
Reports? Citizen speak response? Future agenda items. We talked about the pilot report. Anything else that we want to schedule? I know we'll try to have an abbreviated agenda for the next meeting, but is there anything that anyone would like to include?
Nothing I think off the top of my head, no.
Okay. If anything, we'll just let Anne Marie or Paula know.
Right.
Then, we have no executive session tonight. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, 7:30.
We are adjourned.